فهو درب به نور به ترقى به تحيا عالما حرا فخور اطلب العلم أخي
Surah Al-Baqarah, the last
به ترقى به تحيا
pages
عالما
in it talking about as-sadaqat. As-sadaqat. You know, sadaqat means charities. To give your brother or your sister or your neighbor or relatives some money based on the niyyah of helping him. Niyyah of take this responsibility off his shoulder. Because Imam al-Ghazali, he mentioned in his book Ihya Ulumuddin, al-faqir, he can't worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while he has loans. In the night, in the day, he is thinking about the loan. When I will pay my loan off. Always he's worry and thinking. When you come and help him, you took this kind of pressure off his shoulder, so he will be easy worshipper to Allah subhanahu. You will help him to do his mission as a human being. But subhanallah, when you read the ayat from the beginning about the sadaqat, lil fuqara, al masakin, etc., you will see something in between that Allah will mention al-riba. He will mention al-riba. It's not an economy. We're not talking about economy here. Talk about the business. Talk about sadaqat. Then he mentioned al-riba. إن الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبطه الشيطان من المس ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا. So why Allah would mention الربا here while the subject is about what? As-sadaqat. Here is the goal here. The human being, since ever, if there is no taqwa Allah, no fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is willing to use his power to make himself more stronger and make himself control the people around him, the money. For that reason they said money is what? Power. Now absolutely this is a fact. Money is power, but we have as Muslims something else also, it's powerful, which is the deen, the religion, taqwa Allah, fearing Allah. Because we are not like, for example, Qarun. Qarun has no faith. You have to have the balance between the power of the money and the power of the faith and put them together and do it in the right way. For that reason, a lot of people, they don't understand the meaning of riba. Riba has something to do when you intend by giving the money to have revenue out of it. You are helping with the previous condition to take more than what you give, which is absolutely, it used to be in the past and today and in the future, to humiliate the poor and the needy and put more pressure over their shoulders. Countries in the Middle East, countries being occupied because of the loans. For example, the big example, Algeria. If anybody from Algeria here. France, they used to give Algerian a lot of money, up to them if they can't pay it off. Okay, we'll take this, we'll take this. Then they took all that country. So riba is very dangerous. But the question is today, and this is my subject, what is the meaning of, they said, إِنَّمَا الْبَيْعُ مِثْلُ الرِّبَى. إِنَّمَا الْبَيْعُ. What's البيع? Business, selling. They said selling as loaning. No any difference. Same. Like what we have in our culture, you will hear it a lot. This is my ear, and this is my ear. Am I right? Well, this is absolutely haqq, it's a fact. But you put it in a wrong way to have an output as you wish or as you want. Here is the details. Khwani, in the math language, you have to be clear in your terms You give me the description, good. Define what you want to talk about. So everything belong to this subject has to be in, and anything out of this subject has to be out. When I say Al-Quran, Al-Quran, everybody knows Al-Quran, the words of Allah that be revealed to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ by the Wahy Jibreel, and has this and this. You have to make it clear. So they said selling like riba, business like riba. What Allah said? No. وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. Selling is halal. Business is halal. Tijara is halal. Riba is haram. So they are not the same. So here is the point. So what is the difference? Ikhwani, the definition of al-bay', when you have money with item and extra money here. You have item, you have money and extra money. Money with item with extra. This item, I am the one who sell the item. I bought it, put it in my store. I paid for it. Then I offer it to the customers. Absolutely, I will add certain amount of profit to pay my what? Expenses and to make my living. So this extra money that I put it on the price of the item as a seller, we call it in Islam al-ribh, the profit, al-ribh. And this ribh is what? 100% halal. In this subject here, somebody maybe he will ask this question: who decides the prices of the items in the market? No government since Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam up to today in the Islamic side has the right to price the items in the market. No, it's not their business. Who will put the prices? In the economy, the system itself will let you have the prices based on the offering and demanding. If the offering is a lot, the price will go down. If there is if a lot of demand and no offering, the prices will go up. The ulama said, except if there's a crisis, earthquake, war, we have hunger, the government has the right to price the major things that everybody needed, like the bread, milk, sugar, rice, salt, etc. These, the daily life of the human being. Otherwise, the market can decide by itself the price of the items in the market. We call it in Arabic al-ardu wa-talab. Clear, inshallah? So here's the business. Item, money, and extra. Now, riba, same thing, but there is no item. Money with money and extra with the previous condition. Now let's make the connection. All the ayat in the last 4 pages about the sadaqat. Sadaqat means charity, to do khairat, to help those who are in need, to give them for the sake of Allah. There is people used to use or abuse these situations by put conditions. Yes, you need money from me. Yes, I'm giving you, but you have to return it to me. If I give you 100, you have to give it to me 120 in the end of this month. Otherwise, it will be 125, 130. Or I can come and take whatever I want from your properties. And we read in the history, they used to take cows, horses, houses, lands, and also kids. They used to take them as slaves if you can't pay your loan off. This is the major crime that the human being could do against each other. If you are now rich, you don't know tomorrow. For that reason, as law in the economy of our Islamic economy, the loans, it's not a subject to make money off it. Loans, al-qurud, it's not to make money out of it, it's just to help, to feel that we are one body, united. You are in need today, maybe tomorrow I will be in need. I'm giving you now as helping, and you return it to me as is. And this is what Surah Al-Baqarah finished talking about this page, about if he is not willing to pay because he is in crisis, فَنَظِرَةٌ إِلَى مَيْسَرَةٍ. Give him more time until Allah will make it yasira, easy with him. And if you can forgive him, it's good for you. If you want to forgive him, say, I don't need this money, because you have to study the case as one united nation, one ummah, one people, one relatives. If he is in need and he is honest, he can't, okay, say, this is inshallah sadaqah, I will put it in my hand, to your hand, inshallah, Allah will give me the ajr. So we don't have any point of business here. But after the communities became big and huge, we have a lot of things in new. For that was Allah says, وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. Riba, there is conditions, previous conditions, that you want to take money, yes, you have to return it to me, this and this, with certain conditions. So وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. Now, the conclusion out of this introduction, that what about the finance? Finance, a lot of people, they thought all the finance dealing with the banks is haram because it's riba, which is absolutely not correct. Finance, our Islam, ikhwan, is not just salah and siyam and zakah. We have a lot of systems. This Quran that you read has a lot of systems in the economy, in the business, in the politics, in the education, in the civilization, in the relation between humans, relation between you and others, not humans, the environment. A lot of rules. It's a constitution. In the war situation, peace situation, it's a book of what? Guidance. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. So, at-tamwil or finance has a certain dealing halal and other dealing is not halal. Now let me focus about what we are in this country facing, which is buying through a third party, a third person. A human being, he can't do everything by himself. This is a fact. And this is what Ibn Khaldun said. You can't live by yourself and be survived without the helping of others. I'm not a doctor, maybe I am a teacher, but I need the doctor, I need the baker, I need the grocer, I need the mechanic, I need the taxi driver, I need everybody to help me and I will help them. We are living together as a human being. So, they call this in the fiqh بيع المرابحة. Let me just give the example in a basic way. For example, I go to Mr. Abu Yusuf. I said to Abu Yusuf, Ammi Abu Yusuf, I want to buy a house. Only make it little smaller. I want to buy this TV. This TV is in Best Buy. The cost is $1,000. I don't have the cash. Can you buy it for me from your pocket? And I will buy it from you, but to pay the money, the $1,000 in 6 months. And because I want to hold your $1,000 for 6 months, I will give you profit another $100. He will say, yes, I'm okay. I'm willing to invest $1,000 with you, Abu Umar, because I trust you. And you will return it to me $1,100 after 6 months. A lot of people, they thought this is riba. Let's go back to the definition. What's a riba? Money, with extra. This deal has nothing with that. We have money and item with extra. Exactly as if Abu Yusuf, he is the one who sells TVs. But he is selling on call. You call me, I will go to buy it for you and resell it for you. Exactly, we have a lot of business, they do the same thing. You call, I will bring the item for you, you come and take it. You understand me? So this is bay'u salam or bay'u salaf or bay'u al-murabaha. 3 names in the fiqh books. Now, the ulama said, Abu Yusuf, he has to hold the item under his authority, which is fine. We have no problem because when he go and buy it, he will have the receipt, am I right, under his name. And if you have the receipt, means this item belongs to you. This is the proof. Car, the same thing. House is the same thing. Now, the ulama, that they said this is not halal, selling or buying with installments, not cash. They said because the seller, he will put a condition in the contract that if you will be delayed or late in your monthly payment, you have to pay penalty, $30 or $35 or whatever, based on the item. They said because of this condition, all the contract will be haram because this has something of riba, which is, I understand, and the other team of the ulama said we respect this. Now you as Muslim, you can cancel this condition by paying your payment on time. This is one point. Second point, absolutely ikhwani, Al-Islam is religion came to make your life easy, not to make your life difficult. Because we have to help the communities, we have to help the people. If there is window, make your life easy in the halal way, we shouldn't close that window. Because people will be what? Questioning this religion. Why everything is haram? I have a friend of me, he's not a religious man. Look, he has a car, an apartment, he got married, mashallah, he's happy. Because he goes and have the finance and he established himself. Me, I read haram, 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 haram. I'm still what? I'm still by myself, poor, walking to my job. I can't marry, I can't have an apartment, I can't have establish my life. Absolutely, this is something very dangerous, ikhwani. If it's halal, we shouldn't say it's haram because you see it wrong. You have to have the evidence. The ayah is very clear. وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. So, is this case happened in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Yes, but it happened in the opposite way. But the common thing between the two cases is the time. What happened? For example, Abu Husam, he is always buying the product of Mr. Yusuf in June. Yusuf, brother Yusuf, he has a product. This product be ready to be sold in June. Abu Husam is the person who's buying this product every year. The price of each, for example, 1,000 kilogram, each 1,000 kilogram, he used to sell it in $1,000 for the product in June. Abu Husam will come to brother Yusuf in April. Okay? I hear that, oh, you are in a crisis, you need money. Yes, wallahi, I want to go to, for example, send my son to the college, I need some cash. So Yusuf will offer Abu Husam, can I sell you the product today? But you will give me the money now, and I will give you the product in June, because the product is not ready. But because of those 60 days, 2 months, I will hold your money without having the product. You can't sell it. You will hold the money. I will sell you the 1,000 kilogram by $800. So I will make discount for you 200 because of what? The timing. And you know, in the economy, in the business, time equal what? Money. For that reason, they said, let's go and ask Prophet Muhammad ﷺ about this case because we don't know. Now we have $200 difference. They went to him and they asked him, Ya Rasulullah, this is the case. He said, if you want to sell based on this case, you have to do 3 conditions. Make sure 3 conditions are clear. فَبِيعُوا بِكَيْلٍ مَعْلُومٍ. The amount has to be announced. How many from these items? وَوَزْنٍ مَعْلُوم. If you have weight, you have to be clear. Don't make. وَزَمَنٍ مَعْلُوم. The time and the weight and the item has to be what? Announced, clear. Don't play a game with this. No cheating. But the ulama said, if Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he recognized discounting the price or decreasing the price because of the time, if you make it the opposite, is it okay to increase the price also because of the time? Because the time in both cases is the major point in the case. For that reason, ikhwani, bay'ul murabaha, which is a finance. Let me give examples here. You want to buy a house to live in or to sell it, no big deal. If it's halal for the first one, halal for the second one. To buy a car through the financing, Honda dealer or wherever. If you want to buy piece of land, if this is the way you go to make finance, a third party will buy it on behalf of you and resell it for you with monthly payments, it's 100% halal with one condition. You have to pay your payment on time. Otherwise, they will make money out of you, the monthly payment. Exactly like yesterday after Salah Isha, somebody came to me and asked about the credit cards. What is the credit cards? It's a qard hasan. Their intention not to give you money for lillah, not lillah. They want to make money out of you by what? By what? Not paying your money on time. But if you pay on time, they will make 0 penny out of you. So the credit card halal if you pay it off within the free 30 days or 50 days. It's a qard hasan. You have the authority to take purchases. I'm not saying if you take cash, this is a different story. If you take cash. But if you purchase, it's bay' murabaha. You have the item and they give you the money and you return the money as is. You purchase, for example, 1,000, they give you back what? 1,000. But if you delay it, you will put yourself in the riba. For that reason, ikhwani, I hope that I make it clear. Bay'ut tamwil, finance in America. By the way, let me just finish with this. In the Muslim countries, they still even the Muslim banks or the Islamic banks, I'm talking about Jordan, I don't know about other countries, they will give you the interest for a fixed amount for all the years. For example, if the loan is 20,000 and the interest rate is 4%, you have to pay 4% for the 20,000 for all the 15 years. Yani if, for example, I paid off the first year 1,500, how much the loan will be now? 18,500, am I right? They will let you pay for the 20 in the second year. Third year, the loan became 16. They will let you pay for the 20 up to the last moment. Why? They don't have the flexibility to put themselves in the risk, this is how the tijara is. Tijara is subject to make ribh or make khasara, to lose or to win. In America here, it's more merciful because each year you will pay the interest rate for the left amount that you have it from the loan. The first year you paid, for example, 5,000 out of 100. The next year they will calculate the interest rate for the 95, then 90, then 80. For that reason, at the last maybe 2 years, 3 years, you will pay nothing for the interest and all your payment will be for the principal. The other thing that here is more merciful than over there, that you can pay extra each payment for the principal, toward the principal, and this extra will not be a subject of what? The interest statement. It's out of that. Yani you can, they will maybe put condition 6 months, after 6 months you can pay it off. So here, ikhwani, we have to understand that Islam is not to make yourself just hidden in the masjid. Islam is a system of life, tijara, business. It's part of the power, the strength of the ummah. We have to be strong. Al-Muslim al-Qawi, Al-Mu'min al-Qawi. Al-Mu'min al-Qawi. If you are a believer and you are strong in your faith, strong in your muscles, strong in your power, in your knowledge, and also in your business. What is the problem? Ikhwani, And I talk a lot about the other communities in this country, how they became power and they affect the political people because of their what? Money. We have to be in this track to decide something for our communities in the future. If we stay individuals without having something in common to be something in the future, we'll stay weak and everybody will play in this community right and left. For that reason, you have to establish yourself, go, buy, deal with this finance, establish yourself, make business, live in a house, don't stay in an apartment while you are maybe 5 or 6 people in an apartment. Sometimes will kick you out. Hey, you can't stay here. I know people, they come to me, they refuse to renew my apartment because I have 3, 4 kids and it's just 2 bedrooms. Somebody will maybe say, yeah, Imam, but Imam al-Qardawi said if you want to buy a house, it has to be for living in the house. His fatwa. Let me just go back and analyze his fatwa. In the 70s, which is his fatwa in the 70s or maybe early in the 80s. In 70s and 80s and 60s or around this in Kuwait, Egypt, Jordan, Saudi, Emirat, they used to give loans cash, no finance. This finance something new, even maybe in Oman, if you correct me. For example, you want to buy an apartment? How much the apartment? 20,000. They will make the calculation for the interest rate for them. It will be 4,000. They will give you 16,000 cash, and you have to pay them what? 20 in certain amount of years. They don't care where you want to do. You want to go with the money? What you want to do with the money? They don't care. They will give you the cash in your hand. Go. You want to go and smoke? You want to go and drink? You should have business, buy a house? Nobody cares in the past. Then the scholar says, wait a minute, this is absolutely corruption. We have to make sure that if you want to buy something, we will buy it on behalf of you to make sure that this money goes for the right direction, which is more what? More organizing the system. Yes, there is ways to screw the system and make haram. That's absolutely a point to your intention. Allah will punish you. But this is the system. If it's clear like that, it's halal. وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. But make sure your intention has to be, I want to pay it on time for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal and to avoid eating the riba. Otherwise, if you don't know that you can make it, don't go that way and wait. May Allah Azza wa Jal make it for everybody easy in this country, make his life happy and establish himself to serve himself and to serve his community and to serve his deen and to serve his ummah inshallah. Ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم.